Okay, so you want to glow up academically and score at least above 95%. Then these books that I'm going to be talking about today is a must have for you. So make sure you watch until the end. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. So for today's video, it's something a bit different, but I'm going to be sharing some book tips to you guys so that you guys can, glow up academically, meaning you can use these tips while you're studying for exam or an upcoming test, especially if you're in 10th grade like me. I'm entering 10th grade, so I'm going to be listing about 10 to 12 books. I know it's a lot, but don't worry. I'm going to share some tips on how to read also, so make sure to watch until the end to see how you can do that. I am also going to be talking about some notebooks that you can use while studying. Like, these are not school notebooks that you use in school. You can use these notebooks at home for like practicing and for studying for an exam or a test. It's only for those users these notebooks should be used. Like, it's only 3 notebooks which I use outside, like extra 3 notebooks that I buy for these purposes. So I'm going to be sharing that information as well. So I hope you guys find this informative, I guess. I'm not telling you guys to follow this exactly. I'm just sharing my experience on how I study during an exam and score good marks so that you guys can, ace this exams as well, especially if you're in 10th grade. Board exams are coming. So I hope you find this informative. Again, why am I saying this? Why am I repeating this? Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this video and make sure to watch until the end to know how to read a book completely and understand its concepts. So let's get on with the tips. So let's go. So let's start with the notebooks, the 3 notebooks I mainly use while studying. The first one I feel like is a must have for me, especially because I am a very organized person. I feel like I have a bit of OCD as well. I like to be everything. I like everything to be clean and organized. So I use a planner. It's not much of those bougie planners you see. It's just a normal single line notebook you find in the local stores. Just look for one that has this kind of binding. What is this called? I don't know. It's binding, right? I don't know what it's called. I use this so that it's much more easier to write on either side, because when it's like this, I feel like I have some kind of like strain, so I don't like that. So I try to find notebooks with this kind of binding. So I use this planner to, like, especially exams, annual examination, I write down the portions. I'll show you one page. Okay, this is something I do a thing called a checklist. I don't know if you can see, this is a science checklist. I write all the topics that I haven't yet revised for the exam, or I haven't studied yet, or not even touched. As you can see, there's a lot. This is for my annual examination. This is all the three: the physics, chemistry, and biology. I have this much to complete. I have 18 topics to complete. I didn't complete 2 of them, so 16 were completed. And then I tick them as I go on, so it's much more easier. So I don't have to go back and see, oh, did I finish this? I don't have to do that. So I think that's very helpful. And also, after doing anything, if I forget anything, I'll write down here as a remark. Here I have written 6 chapters were unrevised on this day. So 6 chapters were unrevised, so those 6 chapters will be done on the next day. So yeah, I use this method for every single time. Yeah, all I have also written speeches. For this is a speech for science exhibition in our school called Tech Talk. It's I write the speech here, and then after everything is done, on top of everything, I write remarks. For this, I won second prize, so I've written here one success second prize and stuff. So having a planner is really helpful for me, especially if you do not want a planner, if you feel like that's such a waste of time, don't buy it, don't do it. I feel like this is very helpful for me, so I definitely recommend having a planner. So that's notebook number one. So we'll move on to notebook number two. So um, I mean, most of us study by memorizing and like by hearting the topics, right? Some of us like learn, and some of us write and learn as well. So so for the people who write and learn, this is for them. This is not the specific notebook. This is not sponsored. I just took up the notebook I have. I actually finished this. This is actually my handwriting is so bad here. It's actually a 4-line notebook which I use to write. Especially since it's a 4-line notebook, it will also like shape up my handwriting as well. Especially when you're writing board exams, your handwriting is really important. So, for like English and all, there's like some difficult words that I feel like I would forget. I would just write it down here like one time, and then I would like write the long answer questions as well just one time. Maybe you can even write that like not even by hearting, just looking at it and write. That's also all right. Like it will enhance your handwriting. So I think it's really good. I also write Malayalam in here as well because I forgot where I kept my Malayalam copy. So I write Malayalam in this well, but Malayalam you might want to buy the Malayalam copy, not this one. It's not really useful for Malayalam, but English is really useful. Like look at this. I like this page. The handwriting is really well for this. I know you guys can see this, but this is really well. I really like this page in this whole notebook. Actually, I don't really use this much because I'm a person who like memorizes and reads and reads and read and understand the concept. I don't really like writing and stuff. I feel like it's a waste of time. So I bought this book when I was in 8th grade. I have written it over here, and now I'm going into 10th grade, and I only finished it like 2 days before. So yeah, this is the second notebook, which is a 4-line copy notebook. Yeah. So okay, the last notebook, which is it's quite a big one. It's quite a big one. It's not like the normal notebooks. Oh, my handwriting is so bad in here. It has no line. It has no line. If you can see it, and the paper is different too. It's like a different color. I don't know which paper it is. It's like brown paper. Like it's like a practice book. If you can just go to the store and say a rough book, not like what am I saying? Rough book with no lines. It's no line rough book, and I use this for maths and physics. Maths and physics. Maths and physics specifically because I only use this for solving problems because maths, you have to write and learn. Physics, there are some problems as well. So I do these problems in here. Um, you can see it. Yeah, this is all my calculations and stuff. I do all of my things here. I don't look at the diagrams. I just do it freehand. So this is really helpful for that. This actually uses up pretty easily. For term one, I bought one. But I actually bought two book of this. This is the second book. The first book I finished it for the preparation of term one. This is the second book for the annual examination, and I actually finished it. Like, oh my god, look at that. I finished it. I am so shocked. It's like what, 249 pages? Yo, oh my god. So yeah, this is the third book, which is a rough book. These are the three books. Ugh, almost fall down. These are the three books I recommend for you guys for studying. The three notebooks: planner, a copybook, and a practice stuff. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the reading category. I mean, the books which you will read, like mindset, motivation books. Let's go on to that category. So let's go on to that. So moving on to a category of books which will help you shape your mind for studying and give you some motivation to study as well. If you're feeling lazy, sometimes like me, I'm a very lazy person. So there are 12 books in total. I know it's a lot, but don't worry. The last book is really helpful for reading all of these books. So wait until that. You don't have to buy these books. I mean, I don't even have any of these books. I only have one book out of these 12 physically in my hands because I read all of these books on an online website. The website is called oceanofpdf.com. You can use it to like go there, like every single book is in there. You just have to search it. You can download it and it's free. Like it's free. There's no subscription or anything. You can download any book and then you can read it offline. So I think it's very helpful. By the way, this is not sponsored. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying what I normally use. It's a really good website that I found recently. So I would recommend going over there and reading these books. So there are 12 categories, 12 books. So first one we're gonna start with is productivity, which means that if you are lazy like me, like I said, and you wanna like be productive this year, you wanna study more, you wanna do more things, you want to be productive, then this book is really helpful. Like this book, okay? This book is called The Art of Laziness, written by Library Mindset. It's a really good book. I recommend it to you 100%. Like, you after you read this book, you'll automatically feel like you want to be productive. You want to study now, you want to be, oh my god, I want to do things. You don't want to like lay around. This book gives you that motivation. So yeah, I recommend this book. So the next category is money. This is for the people who have a entrepreneurship mindset, people who wanna go up to the business area, people who are going to the commerce stream as well. You can, if you want to know more about money as well, you can try out this book, which is called The Psychology of Money, which I actually do physically have. This is the only book I have. It's Psychology of Money, written by Morgan Housel. I actually just started it. If you can see, I only read a bit, but I have read like these like small reels about it, and I think it's really helpful. So far I have read, it's so good. Like it gives you so much information about money and everything you want to know about it, like money and wealth. This book is really helpful, so I recommend it to people who want to learn more about money. So I recommend this to you. Oh my god. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh my god, I almost broke it. Okay, we'll move on to the next category, which is habits. If you want to know which is the good, which is the bad, which ones do you want to avoid, which ones do you want to develop, which are the good ones that you should really sustain your whole entire life. If you want to know more about those habits, then you should read this book, which is worldwide known, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's such a good book. Like you have to read it if you have a messed up habits like me. I'm kind of getting better after reading this book. So that's why I'm recommending it, because I feel like some of my bad habits are like really gone now. I don't even think about it now. So yeah, I think it's really helpful. Okay, so we'll move on to the next category, which is thinking. Okay, some people, have like they lack in thinking creatively. You know what I mean? Like some are like street smart. Some are like really, think in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, how do I explain this now? Like, thinking, you want to improve your thinking abilities, then you need this book, which is called The Intelligence Trap, written by David Robson. I've written all the author's name here down here so that I don't forget. That's why I keep looking down. It's written by David Robson, and it's a really, really good book. It really enhances your thinking abilities after you read this. So it's a really good book. I totally recommend this. So read it if you wanna like improve your thinking abilities, especially during those exam times when you're in the exam hall and you wanna think about the answers. So it's really helpful. So, next category, it's self-love. It's for the people who know, who are struggling to achieve self-love, who are struggling to love themselves. They're like, some people do not like themselves because they have insecurities. Some say they're too dumb. So like all those things, those negative thoughts. So to remove all those negative thoughts and make you love yourself, this book is really helpful. It's called Good Vibes and Good Life. It's written by Vex King. It's a really good book, and it really tells you how to do self love. Like if you're struggling with self love, this is really helpful. This is like really helpful, and I totally recommend it to you. So must read this, okay? Must read. It's a really good book. Whether you're a girl or a boy, this is really good. So you would want to read it. It's really good. I have no words. I keep on saying it's really good because it's really good. Like who? Oh my god, it's so good. I read it like almost 4 to 5 times because it's so good, and I feel like I am so. I mean, self love. It teaches self love so good. So you must read this. So yeah. Now let's go on to the next category. So the next category is discipline. It's for the people who finds it hard to obey the elders, or like be in a more disciplined manner, especially in a public places. It's hard for people, so people struggling with that, you can really read. I really recommend you this book, which is called Can't Hurt Me uh, by David Goggins. Okay, sorry, I I wrote it a bit differently. Okay, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. It's really good. It improves your discipline, and it's just really good. Like read it. It's so good. Like oh my god, I was absolutely flabbergasted by this. Really good. I'm out of words. I'm speechless. Really good for discipline. It really teaches you the importance of discipline. So yeah. Okay, next category is communication, which I struggle with because I am an introvert and I struggle uh, engaging with people, talking to people, being social. I'm not really great at that. So this book has been a great help to me. Okay, it's called How to Talk to Anyone, written by Lil Landis. I think that's how it's spelled. I'm so sorry. I mean, is that how you pronounce it? I have no idea. But Lil Landis wrote this book, How to Talk to Anyone. I read this. Thank you for writing this, or else I would have been socially awkward. Like, I'm one of those kids who you find at the corner of the room. Like, I'm that kind of person. So this has helped me so much, like in like communicating with others and making new friends. It has really helped me. So if you're struggling like me, this book is really recommended. So do read it. Okay, next category. No, I'm not even gonna say anything about it. You just know, if you feel like you wanna read it, you read it. Okay. Next category is sleep. The book is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. No comments. If you want, read it. Read it. It's really good. I read it. Like I struggle. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Just read. I feel like I would offend people by this, so just read it. Okay, moving on to the next category. Oh, sorry, I almost said the category after that. A negotiation. That's the next category. Negotiation. Um, you know what I'm talking about. Negotiation, which can be really helpful, especially in India and Southeast Asia. I feel like if you wanna improve your negotiation skills, you can always check out this book. It says Never Split the Difference, written by Chris Voss. Yes, it's written by Chris Voss. Never Split the Difference. It's a really good book, for negotiations. If you wanna learn that little special skill, you can sure go on, read this book and develop those skills. Okay, I was waiting for a vehicle to move by. It's very loud outside. So the next category is business. I feel this is a very good category, and it's especially important for the people who are taking up business, who are like very interested in the business field or are already running a business, this book is really helpful. It's a book called Your Next Five Moves, which is written by Patrick Bet David. It's really good. Like, it will develop your business skills, like how to run a business, everything, how to run a business smoothly, like how to maintain the business. Everything you want to know about business is in this book. So if you want to take a business, this book is a must have. So that's a recommendation. That's the 10th book. Now we only have two more books, and the last one is really important. So okay, I'm not gonna talk much. Okay, the next category is human behavior. You know what I'm talking about when I say human behavior? Yeah, I feel like you know what I'm talking about, right? So, the book is this one, Surrounded by Idiots. It's written by Thomas Erickson. That's like sleep. I'm not even, no comments. If you want to read it, if you feel like you want to read it, if you feel like you want to improve there, I don't want to offend people, so read it if you want to. It's a really good book. I read it. So yeah, the next one and the last and the final book. Whew, finally done. And this book is really, 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 really important because it's for the people who struggle in reading books, especially since I just recommended you like 11 books right now. So this category is reading. It's for the people who struggle reading, especially since I know many of my friends don't like reading, and also many people who I know don't like reading either. So I feel like these 11 books are a bit of a like a struggle for them to read. So I'm gonna recommend you this book. I know it's a book, but you just have to read this one book. First of all, read this book first, and then move on to the rest of the books. Okay, read this book first, which is How to Read a Book, written by what is Mortimer J. Adler and Charles someone. I forgot to write the author's name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot the name and I didn't write it here also. But it's the book's name is How to Read a Book, and it's really really helpful. Like you just have to read this book, and then you feel like you can read all the other books that I've just recommended and told you about. Like read this book, it's really helpful. I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you, just read it. It's really good. Okay? Even if you don't like reading, just try to read this book as much as you can. Just like no matter how long it takes, maybe a month or a year, just read this book and you'll have the ability to read any book. I'm telling you, trust me. I'm telling you, trust me on this one. I'm telling you, read this book and you will have the best reading skills. Okay, I'm telling you, just read this book. It's just absolutely amazing. Like the two, it's written by two people. They're absolute genius. Wow. I mean, like to to write a book on how to read a book is such a skill. I feel like it's so good. Like it's like mind blowing. Like I read it and I read this book first, and then I read the other books in just about a month. I read 11 books in a month. Yeah, crazy. I know, right? So I feel like this is a really good book. So start with that book first and then move on to the other or any other book that you feel comfortable in. So yeah, that's it for the books tip. So that's it, everybody, for today's vlog. I mean, not much of a vlog. It's like a chill, kind of similar to my study vlog, which is technically my first YouTube video. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you like use these tips and find it really informative. And I'm saying the word informative again. Yay. I should really change my vocabulary. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, the normal YouTube thing, subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, bye.